my name is Mandi Lynn. I'm an author, a cover designer, and the creator of the book launch planner, and today we are doing the 12 writing tips of Christmas tag. So this tag was created by Melissa of Hopeful Happenings. So there's a lot going on in this video, and when I say a lot, I mean you guys need to stay until the end, because at the end of this video, I'm going to give you details of fun prizes you can win and exactly how to win those prizes. There's a lot of author tubers here involved in this writing tag, in this contest / giveaway, so be sure to stay tuned. But until then, I'm going to hop into the writing questions, and we'll talk about the giveaway towards the end. Just to give you guys a little bit of a background, everyone participating in this collab actually helped build the questions, so each one of us actually wrote one of the questions. Just thought I'd let you guys know, because I thought that was a fun thing, because you don't see that super often. So one of these questions was also written by me. So, question 1 is Christmas sweets. Like you give Christmas sweets, what are the most helpful comments to give writers when you're beta reading for them? So as much as myself, and I'm sure many other people, enjoy receiving praise when you're looking over edits for your book, the most helpful thing is actually very critical things. So I enjoy when I open up an edited manuscript and see a ton of comments. If I see a bare manuscript with very little comments, I get upset, because I feel like that doesn't make me a better writer. I like getting comments that are not only also specific, but kind of force me to think about it more. Like, I don't want to be handed the answer. I want to be told, this is what I think is going wrong, or maybe there's something specific about a sentence that bothers you. Like, the more specific someone can be, the better. I hope that answered that question. Question number 2, Frosty the Snowman. Who's the most unique or interesting character you've ever created? What traits does a character need to connect with a reader? I would say the most interesting character I've ever created is actually Willow from She's Not Here. I think it's just because she's such a different character that I've ever written. She's technically an anti-hero. She very much goes against most people's morals, and I think that's what made her so interesting to me and so fun to write, because I didn't feel at all like myself while writing her. I'd like to think I have morals. Willow, however, does not, and that made her someone very fun to step into the shoes of. Question 2, Christmas tree. What about writing lights you up most? How do you keep this enthusiasm when things turn hard? I would say what lights me up most about writing is when you get one of those scenes where you don't even have to think about it, where you're just typing away and it just naturally flows. And when you're done, you're like, oh, that felt amazing. There's been a lot of times where I've sat back and I'm like, why do I bother? Why do I bother doing something that causes me not only headaches, but gives me like self-doubt, and I'm wasting time writing when I could be enjoying time with my family? And I guess what it is that for as long as I've been doing this, and I've been writing and doing this sort of thing for a long time now, I've always been told, like, oh, you're gonna do big things one day. And I think it's just that little voice in the back of my head that if I were to quit, there would always be that question of what if. So I just get it in my head. I'm like, well, if I don't give up, it's not gonna be a what if. I do not want the what if scenario to happen. I want it to be that I know that I put in my best effort, and if I do put my best effort in, I will get there. Maybe it won't be today, maybe it won't be tomorrow, maybe it won't even be 5 years from now, but if I keep going, I will get there. Question 5 is Nutcracker. How do you create characters or items that come to life on page? What tips do you have for describing them so readers can visualize and feel them? As far as characters go, I love to really get deep in their head. I do occasionally do like character profiling, where I'll sit down and write down like the traits of my characters. Otherwise, I kind of like to just roll with it and let them do all the talking. I do a lot of rewriting for this reason, because sometimes characters will develop as I write, and I don't mean the healthy character arc. I mean like they completely change as a person and not in a believable way. So I realize they have to change from from the first page, and I have to rewrite their traits and things like that. So I don't really have any concrete tips for characters, but as far as items go, I actually did an exercise in college where every day when we sat down at the beginning of class, we would have to look around a room and find an object. And for, I believe it was 5 or 10 minutes, we would write about that object and just that object and nothing else. So when you do that, you learn to notice details, and I think that's a big thing, is like learning to look at things differently with a more analytical eye, like really experience the textures of life and figure out how you can get that into your writing. Question 5, Nativity. Who are the people you could not be on this writing journey without? Those who have come around to support you and celebrate your writing. What are your best tips for finding a support system for those that feel alone? So besides the obvious, which would be like my husband and my family, who have no choice but to support me, I feel like it's even more meaningful when the people that support you really could just walk away and leave you in the dust because you aren't connected to them either by marriage or by blood. So I would rather talk about that right now, because that would be the biggest example would be like the girls I met on the Wander Writers Retreat. Some of them I knew before the retreat, some of them I knew by going to the retreat, but either way, knowing that they are always there, that if I just need a moment to vent about something, that they're just a message away, really means a lot to me as a writer. And some of them know who they are, and they know I've been on the phone with them and needing to like talk about something or get through something or just complain about something. And I guess my best advice to find that is you can't really go searching for it. It's gonna sound corny. It's gonna be like when you're looking for like a guy to fall in love with. You can't go searching for love. You can say the same about writing friends. You can't always go searching for writing friends. The best writing friends just happen naturally. So for example, like Bethany and I, we have co-written the Marketing for Authors series. We're still working on co-writing the Marketing for Authors series. We talked a little bit before the Wander Writers Retreat, but really at the retreat we kind of clicked nicely and we started talking about marketing and realized that was something we both had a passion for. So it's not like I messaged her one day and was like, Bethany, be my friend. No, friendships like that really happen just naturally. So really the best thing you can do is go on writing retreats, and if you can't find any, make your own. Like if you know people on the internet that you're semi-close with and you feel comfortable enough to do like an in-person retreat, plan your own little retreat. It's a lot cheaper that way as well when you just plan your own retreat, and you can meet them up there or you can just meet them online. You'll notice the less you try to find friendship, the more naturally it happens, because you really can't force a friendship. You can't pick someone out and be like, I want them to be my friend and my writing supporter and all that. So yeah, just talk to people online and meet up with them and hope you don't get kidnapped. Question 6, Christmas story, Love Actually. Who's your favorite couple you've ever written, and how would they spend the holidays? What do you like to see happen with couples in fiction? So I actually, between 3 of my books, only 2 of them have couples. I Am Mercy has a little bit of a couple between Ada de Luna and Garen? Oh my god, it's been so long I forgot his name. What's his name? You can tell how important he is to the book. He's very much a side character, Garen. So we have Ada de Luna and Garen. They are a little bit of a couple, but they never really get to that nice little stage because they get separated. And I'm not going to talk about the rest because spoilers. But if they were together for all holidays, they'd be real cutesy, let me tell you that. Ada de Luna would be a little bit shy, but Garen would be just coming in there with his arm around her. Yep, I just acted that out. Then we have Willow and Randy from She's Not Here, and for them, they're very much like an older couple, a very mature couple, so they're not like super cutesy, but Randy's very protective of Willow and he will do anything for her. And for the holidays, I can just imagine them like their favorite thing is just sitting in front of the Christmas tree, cuddled up in a blanket with hot cocoa. Question 7 is Christmas food. What's your favorite Christmas snack to help fuel your writing? So my favorite Christmas snack would be, Phil has someone that he works with who makes really good Christmas cookies, so he'll bring like a whole sheet of cookies home, and they don't last long. That would probably be a holiday favorite for me. Question 8, Christmas gifts. What gift of advice has helped or inspired you during your writing journey? This is gonna sound super sappy, but I don't think if my other writing friends, if like they weren't successful, that I wouldn't feel inspired. Like I think seeing someone like your own friend and seeing them like slowly rise up only makes me that much more motivated to rise up with them. Not in like a I need to beat you way, more like a let's do this together, even though we each have our own careers, but seeing us like rise together but also separately is a really good feeling, because I don't know if that even answers this question, but I can't think of anything else. I think just seeing my other friends' successes and being alongside them, and yeah, that's sappy and I'm gonna stop myself now. Question 9, 3 wise man. What started your journey to writing? Did it turn out the way you expected? What advice would you give your past self about your journey? So, I started writing because I was obsessed with Twilight. Thus, I started reading even more. Thus, I was like, I'm gonna write my own book. And then when I wrote Essence, I was like, I'm gonna enter this into a publishing contest and become a millionaire. That did not happen. I got rejected. It was the first draft of Essence. It was not good. For those keeping track, the published draft of Essence is draft 10. So there was a lot of rewriting to be done. I definitely envisioned being, traditionally published and not having to work a day job and just not having to worry about like money and being able to go on like vacations and enjoy life and just every now and then popping out a book. Like, that didn't happen. But you know what? I was a child. I didn't know the realities of life, and I would say I've fared pretty well since then. I am self-published, but very proud to be. I've written 3 books. Actually, I've written a lot more than 3 books. I've written 3 novels, 3 co-written non-fictions. I'd like to say I've fared pretty well over the years, and hopefully it's just a journey of going up from now on. Question 10, Santa's bag. If Santa could help meet your author of choice, who would it be and what would you like them to do? So this is gonna be a weird, maybe this will be a ballpark one. So let me know if this is predictable to you guys or not. Some of you might say, oh, she talked about Twilight earlier, she's gonna wanna meet Stephenie Meyer. I don't wanna meet, I wouldn't mind meeting Stephenie Meyer, let me tell you that. I would actually hardcore fangirl. However, there's one author in particular that I don't know why, but I've always been like really, really obsessed with her books. Like, not Twilight level obsessed, but like maybe a healthy level of obsession where you're not questioning my sanity. I love the Fallen series by Lauren Kate, and I don't know why, but I would love to meet her someday. I think it's just her, it's a dark-ish book, and it involves angels, and there's, it brings me back to my teenage years, maybe even more so than Twilight does. Maybe it's because people weren't obsessed with the Fallen series like people were obsessed with Twilight, so it feels like it's my own thing, and maybe that's why I am more partial to it, but yeah. Question 11, Santa's Little Helpers. What writing resource has been most helpful to you? A writing okay, so that's an easy one. I have recently, just like so many others, been obsessed with Save the Cat Writes the Novel by Jessica Brody. It's given me a whole new outlook on outlining, and it's what I've used to write my 4th novel, and there's no turning back now. Question 10, Christmas schedule. How do you juggle writing with the busy holiday season? That's easy. I don't. So I will let you guys know that I haven't done a whole lot of writing recently between the wedding and now the holidays. I'm hoping to jump like fully back into it soon, especially once I get the stuff with the book launch planner under wraps. But until then, the struggle continues. Okay, so that is all the questions, and now we're going to talk about what you guys actually want to talk about, and that's the prizes. So let's first talk about what you could win, and then I'll tell you how you can win it. So don't mind me, I'm just going to have my laptop open because I don't have a good memory, and I'm just going to read it off the screen. So Jenna Streety will have a few advanced reader copies of her book. Holly Davis is donating a copy of the Happy Balanced Writer Workbook. Mary Suggs is donating one copy of her newest release, My Book Compassion Journal. Katie Wilson is donating a copy of Throne of Glass. Brittany Wang is donating a free website consult call, or you can take advantage of $25 off her author website bootcamp. Angela Ann is donating a copy of They Both Die at the End. I am donating a copy of the first 3 books in the Marketing for Authors series. And Melissa Hope is donating a copy of Save the Cat Writes a Novel, as well as a free critique on the first 10 pages of your manuscript. And lastly, Natalia Lee is also donating something. I'm not sure what it is at this time, but do know she is participating in this collab. I just don't know what her donation is. So now that you know what you can potentially win, let's talk about how to win it. So the way you can win some of these lovely prizes is by subscribing to everyone who is participating. So anyone you see that donated a prize, make sure you subscribe to their YouTube channel. It will all be linked down below. The next thing you're going to want to do is watch all of our videos. There are going to be 9 of them total, and comment down below saying what your favorite book or movie is that takes place during either Christmas time or the winter season. So just go ahead and comment that down below right now. So next up, there is actually going to be a chain, so if you'd like, you can watch these videos in order. I am going to be sending you over to Melissa's channel so you can watch her tag video and comment on her video and subscribe to her channel to make sure that you get as many entries as possible. Make sure you watch all 9 videos and subscribe to all 9 YouTube channels so you can have a chance to win some of these amazing prizes. If you'd like, be sure to also join me over on Patreon, where I have book signing vlogs, question videos, printables, workshops, and a lot of other fun stuff. So if you'd like to unlock any of that, be sure to join me over on Patreon, or if you'd like to stay up to date with everything I'm doing, be sure to just head over and subscribe to my newsletter, which is linked down below. Thank you all for watching. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up, comment down below, and subscribe.